intro. Indeed. Fascinating. Hi everybody, this is Diana, aka Pop Culture Diva 42, and this is my review of Real Steel. This movie will bring out the little boy in you, whether you're male or female. While watching it, I got the feeling that this is what little boys dream of. And you don't even have to bother with stuff like humanizing the robots, like giving them self-awareness or artificial intelligence. Throughout the movie, there are definitely hints that Adam, the robot, the main robot that is found by Max the kid, there are little hints that he may be, to some extent, self-aware, but that is never fully explored. And come to think of it, it's a good idea. It's a good idea that they never went deeper with that, because that would basically turn the robots into slaves, and then the robots would have to rebel and enslave humanity in the Matrix, and yada yada yada. And who wants that? This is a kids movie, for crying out loud. These robots are presented as the coolest toys in the history of civilization. And it goes to an extent that at some point Max and his dad Charlie are assaulted by thugs in the street, and I was thinking, you know, why don't they just call on Adam to come and defend them? And it makes sense because that would turn Adam into a weapon, and he's meant to be a toy. All that being said, the robot fights themselves are amazing. I mean, these robots could teach Transformers a thing or two in terms of fight choreography. And another thing that helps is the fact that we see these fights taking place in a whole wide array of environments and spaces, like from the really underground cheap ass stuff to big huge arenas filled with thousands of people. And also, speaking of people, the crowds for these fights go fucking insane. I mean, whenever there's a fight taking place with a crowd, it's like a PG version of Thunderdome over and over again. What I really like in terms of casting is the kid that plays Max. They really cast him very well, and he's just, the character himself is just the right combination of smart, ballsy, smartass, snarky, and I didn't particularly care for Evangeline Lilly, simply because they gave her character that annoying habit of saying the person's name over and over again when she's talking to somebody. But Hugh Jackman did an okay job. I mean, he was a little douchebaggy in the beginning. But I really like the fact that throughout the movie, you know, Charlie, the guy played by Hugh Jackman, needs to find his heart, while Max the kid needs to find his balls. And they basically do a good job of kind of contrasting the evolution of those two characters. The heart and meaning of this movie could have come from only two sources: the relationship between Max and the robot, and the relationship between the kid and his father. So all in all, I can see this movie as just a great way for a dad to take out his son, and they can both really have fun with this movie. I liked it, but what I didn't like was the amazing amount of product placement that is in this. I mean, and if this is geared towards kids, it's a little disturbing. Final showdown takes place in a sports arena called the Bing Arena, and they clearly showed the logo for Bing, and I'm like, who uses Bing? And you know, is there a Tweeter arena somewhere in this universe where, you know, you have to take out your opponent in 140 hits or less?